Well, I grew up in Scottsdale, Arizona, in pretty much the lap of privilege. We don't realize that 44% of our planet lives on less than $6 a day. 4 hour drive from my front door, you can go from an $18 an hour minimum wage to a $14 a day factory job. Now, how do you raise a family on $14 a day? You can't. You either get into the drug industry or you find other ways to make ends meet.
Hmm.
So, and by virtue of, I would look at these people, I call it the enchanted instant. When we do our food distributions and you hand that bag and you look into their eyes and you recognize your shared humanity, and you know the difference? Luck.
Mm.
Just plain old luck. I happen to be born over there, and they happen to be born on the other side of a mental construct that we call a border.
It's
But
true.
it's real, and it's there, and it's a wealth inequity, and the people that have less, of course, are going to want to come into a place that has more, and that it's not more complicated than that, really.
Yeah, it's true. And you mentioned about helping people decide to stay or come legally or help them stay where they are to some
Yes.
degree to prevent illegal immigration.
Absolutely. There are solutions. I hear, oh, people throw their hands up. Oh, there are no solutions. Baloney. There are solutions. It's just having the political will to get them done. We had a Braceros program back in 1942 when our men were going to World War II. We went down into Mexico and brought 5 million Mexicans up here. We vetted them to make sure they weren't criminals. We taxed them so they weren't a drain on the system. We paid them and we let them go home for Christmas. I mean, where's the mystery in that? We're aging out as Americans. We need migrants.
Yeah, we do.
We do. So when I saw that inequity down there, I realized that if we allow people to pour into our country, all we're doing is subsidizing a crooked government. We're taking the pressure off of them.
Hmm.
The changes, the immigration is not America's problem. That's a problem in the source country, the country of origin. And so we don't advocate open borders. We do advocate a workable citizenship program where people can be vetted. We know who we're bringing into our country, and they know that they're coming under the understanding they're going to assimilate, because migration without assimilation is simply invasion, and I think we're seeing that in a lot of places in the world right now.
Mm.
So
True.
this is what we decided, that if we can provide people in Mexico the opportunity to live with dignity, raise their families with dignity, educate their children, trust me, they don't want to come to Scottsdale. They don't want to leave their food and their traditions and their families. They truly don't. But at $14 a day, you don't have a lot of options.
No.